Ready, break.
And welcome back to another episode of the Viking Huddle. I'm your host, Trenton Scott. Today, I am here with Malachi Burris and Mr. O. How you gentlemen doing today?
I'm doing excellent. Doing great.
Doing great, Mr. O. Doing good?
Having a wonderful day.
A wonderful day. Class is going good?
Classes are going well. We're off to a great start this year. I got a great group of kids and work with wonderful teachers.
Good.
Staff here.
Well, if you're new here, I just introduced myself. The Viking Huddle is powered by Ibid Electric Company, so thank you to the fine people at Ibid for sponsoring the show. Also, our fall semester, I'm trying to get into my head. Sponsor is Ted Schrader and Schrader Tree Farm, so thank you to Ted Schrader. He is a teacher here now. Big fan of the show, so thank you again. And thank you to David Shire and Peerless for the sponsor. And if you want to sponsor, please reach out to Mr. Korn. It's at dustin.cornelius@nowschools.org. If you want to sponsor, maybe have like a highlight of your game, we will love to have you. Love to have your money. But make sure you like and subscribe and share. This week in Niles Athletics, yesterday, cross country was at a Berrien Springs Invitational. Believe girls took fourth, boys took fifth. I could be wrong though. Soccer yesterday played Coldwater, lost 5-1, and then today, tennis was at home, but it got canceled, moved to tomorrow. But soccer also plays today against Paw Paw, so good luck to the soccer team. Go get your get back. Thursday is freshman and JV football at home against Lakeshore, and so is volleyball at home versus the Wajak, which is Adam Sandler theme. So, again, we're here with Malachi Burris and Mr. Obradovich.
Good job on the last name.
Oh, I know. I'm good at.
Yeah, I couldn't have guessed the last name. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't have guessed that.
I know my last names. So, Mr. O, you're in the booth. You're the play-by-play call. Talk a little about last year, what you saw in the booth after week one and all the way to Ford Field.
Well, I'm the color commentary guy, which is kind of your lesser, from what I've learned, it's your lesser important role. The play-by-play guy tells everything that's going on and down the distance and has to talk a lot more.
Right.
Last year, was just a pleasant surprise every week.
Right.
And it just the train kept rolling.
Yeah.
And just violent beatings each week. The Vikings just trouncing people.
Yeah.
And then you're getting into these playoff games, and oh my gosh, this guy's going to Alabama. This guy's going, oh my gosh, these teams are so good. And here comes the Vikings, just trounce them once again. It was wonderful. Wonderful experience to do every Friday night.
At one point, did you realize that we were going to state?
I don't know. I knew you were really good early on. Maybe the second game. The first game against St. Joe, who is the standard bearer for Southwestern Michigan, I believe. They're generally, they just reload. And that was last year. It was a hot night.
It was really hot.
But we came out. So our first string fresh against their first string fresh. I thought it was a pretty good fight. We were swinging. But then we got everybody going both ways. It's like 90 degrees out.
Yeah.
And next, you just start to see the Vikings kind of get worn down. And they're just reloading. They don't have everybody going both ways, and they ended just kind of steamrolling us a bit.
Yeah.
So that was a tough look. But, man, that second game, the defense here, I've always been impressed with the defense here. It's just, since day one, since I've been here.
Yeah.
But you had 4 standout running backs in that offense last year.
Yeah.
That was, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
You could hit them Peyton's so fast, and Sam, and then Paul hit him up the middle, and Talon. I mean, it was a 4-back attack, man.
Yeah.
That's the glory of the triple option.
Hey,
Anyone
triple
can take it
option's
home.
hard to stop.
Anyone
Yes,
can
it
take it
is.
home at any time.
Someone told me back in my coaching days, I played against a lot of option teams, and a lot of split back option, like you guys just went against. It's like, gosh, this is a tough offense to stop. And it was the words of wisdom were how to beat an option team is just score more than they do.
Yeah, that's really
you ain't gonna
it.
stop it,
Right.
right? Just score more than they do.
They're all physical. You can't outplay them physically. So you just gotta hope and score.
And so after that year, you're heading to your second year here as broadcaster. You have a new partner in the broadcast booth. Tell us a little about the feel of the year for year two for you.
Sure. And so last year, I've never done any radio before.
Right.
I've never met the guy that I was doing radio with. I just showed up about a half hour before game time in the booth, put a headset on, and started yapping about what I saw in the field.
Yeah.
Real simple. Now, the guy last year, his name was Mike Markoch. He's since gone on. He's been hired by a college somewhere. He made it easy for me. That guy was excellent at what he did, I thought. I mean, and I was talking to my dad about helping this kid try to get a job in Chicago radio. It didn't come around, but that kid was good, I thought. And so this year, I handled it much the same way. His name is Jack Tarango. He is a Berrien Shamrock. He went to Berrien Springs in Central Michigan. He studied radio in college. He's still kind of new at this deal.
Yeah.
As am I. But yeah, I'd never met him or talked to him until I showed up before the game. We sat down, put the headset on, and started to roll. Jack's a little more green than Mike was last year. So, but it's a pretty steep learning curve. He's going to pick it up real quick.
Right.
And I can certainly go on and on about football, so I make it easy on him maybe too.
So how have you grown as a broadcaster since last year?
I don't know. I have no idea. I can tell you that I get good feedback.
Right.
I've learned a couple things. There's a couple things that you wouldn't think about. Say, for example, after a scoring play, the inclination is you want to start yapping. Wow, what up? The idea is just to be quiet and let the people on the radio hear the audience.
Right.
Right. You kind of go against your instinct there and just shut up and let the audience hear the crowd after any kind of a scoring play.
Right.
Certainly never speculating on an injury. Oh, so-and-so is down. Well, it could be this, could be that. You kind of want to just talk less. So I've learned those kinds of things. Obviously, making everything as positive as you can.
Right, yeah.
Watching a game, sometimes you want to fire a little bit there, at a ref or at another player or whatever, but you can't do it. And that's not that hard. I mean, I love watching football. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about.
Yeah. So we just had our first game last Friday against St. Joe. Won big, 28-18, I believe. I can't remember. CTE is kicking me right now. So we'll start off with you, Mr. O. Your overall reaction after the game against St. Joe. What are the biggest takeaways from that Friday?
So I went in having visions of last year, us looking like really dead dogs in the second half, just exhausted.
Right.
Okay. Now the weather was about 20 degrees cooler, but I was just impressed how fresh we looked throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
All right. That was there. Now, I was expecting dominance on the line of scrimmage because you're returning so many guys and, of course, getting yourself back from injury last year, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of got what we wanted there. All new running backs.
Yeah.
3 new running backs and a brand new quarterback, a freshman quarterback at that.
Right, yeah.
I didn't know what to see. I was expecting, to be honest with you, a couple, maybe some fumbles or mishandled balls or, a kid that looked scared or uncertain.
Right.
I thought William Turnbull, we'll call him Billy the Bull, I thought he ran the show pretty good.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it took a while for me. It seemed like it took a while for the offense to get going, but once it did, St. Joe had no answer for it.
Yeah.
And the defense, again, as always, was stalwart. I mean, they just attack. Niles Viking defense is just attack. It's fun to watch. So, yeah, I was impressed with the offense. And remember, you generally see your greatest amount of improvement between your first game and your second game, right? So I'm excited to see what happens against the Lancer this Friday.
Yep. Malachi, what about you? What were some big takeaways from Friday?
You know, we came into the game, there was a lot of doubters. We doubted the entire offseason. It's just, we took that personally. I'm going to be honest. The offseason, we in our heart knew that we were going to win, but we just wanted to show everyone else that we were going to win. So we worked almost every day for like 2 to 3 hours in the offseason, nonstop, just conditioning, lifting, trying to play our best football. And we went in and did that. And, like, William, I'm proud of him. I know he was nervous. He tried to act like he wasn't, though, but I know he was nervous. That's a huge role coming in.
Were you nervous?
I was. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I was super nervous.
Well, if you're not nervous before a football game, there's something wrong with you.
One of the biggest games.
Battle, man.
One of the biggest games in the year at the beginning of the year. But William, fresh into high school, coming off middle school football, having no prior high school experience, and he came in and he did his thing. You know, I'm proud of that kid. And he has 3 more years to develop. There's nowhere but up for him. So, but yeah, the defense. You know, although offense has kind of a slow start, our defense, we want to make sure our offense had enough of a gap to at least come back, and we did that. So,
yeah. See, I'm piggyback off both of you. The slow start, the first 4 drives we had on the offense, it was just like we're trying to get the feel of like playing a game again because half of that line was injured last year, and we're trying to get the feel because like practice is different. I mean, scrimmages are there, but like, so we're getting the feel. We weren't dominating the line of scrimmage in the first half as we wanted to.
Right.
Like I suffered a little bit. I was missing a couple blocks. I wasn't stepping hard enough.
Well, I have a question for you.
Were
you guys expecting the 5-man defensive line? They had 5 guys with hands in the ground. Or did you guys practice against the 5-man line?
No, we took it like it was like we took it like they were like in a 4 and then the outsides came up in the hand in the ground. So like a 6. They weren't getting set until line. We have a new stance this year where our like faces are down, our butts are up like this. It's something they changed this year.
Like a shot from a gun.
Yeah, and so we could shoot out lower. Mm-hmm. And once we went down because it's hard to pick up your head in the new stance. Once we went down, they would switch and like Brandon would be like right here, Trenton. I'm like, oh wait, what about this guy? They're in like every gap and so they did that. So we would wait. Because they were kind of getting out of misformation. They weren't in the right formation. I knew they weren't because they were struggling, getting down and getting set. So I felt like we were more prepared than them, offensively and defensively. It was just a fight, slow start, and then we just kept fighting till fourth quarter ended. Mm-hmm. Well, that was really it. We got talked to a second half. We had to online scrimmage, and we came out second half, hit him in the mouth, kept going there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see, because there's some pretty good holes opened up there in that second half. And I know as a running back, you may think it's easy, like, wow, there's all this green grass in front of me. I'm just going to hit the gas. But there's a tendency for new backs especially, to start looking where the defenders are.
Right.
Instead of looking at the end zone and I'm going to get there, you kind of tend to start looking around a little bit, and it slows you down.
Yeah.
Those kids last year had no issue with that, man. You give those guys a sliver of green grass, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, again, you get your greatest improvement generally between your first and second week. I think as this offense grows, my goodness gracious, this could be something else.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with Malachi, and then we'll go to Mr. O. What has changed from last year to this year, team-wise and playing-wise?
I personally think that, like last year, we wanted it, but I think this year we want it way more than anybody really believes. Like last year, I'm gonna be honest. We didn't think we were gonna go to state. We knew we were gonna make the playoffs and have a run, but state was not a thing that was on anybody's mind.
With like everyone being down and stuff,
everyone getting hurt and stuff, having different people fill different positions. I thought it was gonna be over in Portland, but that really opened my eyes. But this year, I feel like we wanted way more, just because there's so much the doubt is insane from this year to last year. It's like Paul, Sam, and Talon and them, they were all great players, phenomenal players, but like we don't really, if you have offensive line and D line like we do, and the tenacity that we do now, you could really use anybody in that backfield and still be efficient enough to win games.
Right. Mr. O?
Malachi is 100% correct. If anybody understands anything about football, it is won and lost on the line of scrimmage. Okay? If you can sit here and drive dudes back and run for 3-4, just nothing sexy, but 3-4 yards a crack, you will never be stopped. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Defensively, if they can't push you around and you can get after their quarterback, game's over.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the fastest, greatest skilled people ever if you dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So, and that's that's your guys' strong area right now in terms of experience, and size. So
and
exciting.
Mr. O just answered the next question. What's the team's biggest strength so far? And you said line scrimmage.
I think most people would say that, just where you got all your returning guys.
Yeah.
You're replacing all your skill. But
yeah. Malachi?
Yeah, I feel like there's the offensive line and the defensive line. That's definitely a great part. But like, I feel like behind the scenes, just chemistry. Like we're way closer. All the seniors, we literally
all
grew up together, played together.
Yeah.
We all hung out all summer pretty much, from
every day,
from morning to 12 at night. We're all together. It's a different, bonding can really bring together a team that can make or break a team. Because some teams, they don't have enough trust to look to the right and know that person will be able to do their job and protect them. So, all the O-line and D-line, the D-line hanging out together, we'll know that we'll get to the correct gaps. And we don't even have to make plays. Like, we don't believe everyone has to make a play. If we do our job, and the linebackers will come and fill. If the O-line does their job and make the holes, the running backs and quarterbacks can make their read. Mm-hmm. It's just all in trust.
Yeah, and you got, so much of what you did last year was unprecedented for this school. You guys have had a taste, of the very top of the mountain. When you were there, there's nothing after the state championship. You were there, right?
Yeah.
So now you're talking about how hungry you guys were, right? I mean, last year you're going places you'd never been before. Tomorrow's a mystery. Well, we're going to give it all we got, but we'll see. But now you've been there. And everybody wants it, man.
Yeah.
The hunger is twice as much.
Yeah.
And I love that you guys are bonded. That's something that a coach, he can set up meetings and times for you guys to be together, but what you guys do at that time, how you guys get along, that's on you. That's on your maturity and your leadership. And the fact that you guys have done that is wonderful. It'll carry you a long way.
Right. Malachi, we'll start off with you again. What can we improve for Friday's game against Lakeshore?
Defensively, we can, Lakeshore, they pass. They're a pass-heavy offense, but they're way different from last year. They'll actually keep the ball and run it. I feel like defensively, at least the D-line, we can do better at, we got in our gaps, but closing, we're kind of slow to close. We kind of waited for tackles. We didn't go full speed at them. We kind of waited for them. So that's definitely a big thing. But we can definitely, pass rush is always a big thing for us too, since we don't play that many passing teams. So developing a pass rush can at least help our corners have enough time to read routes and everything. So that's definitely a big thing.
Mr. O?
Well, going again, if this is a passing team, I mean, as me as a defensive-minded player and coach, this is exciting. There's nothing better than getting after the quarterback. I was a little miffed when St. Joe started trying to air it out in the second half last week. This kid could roll out as much as he wanted. You guys never contained him. I don't know if that was by design. And I was saying it on the radio. I'm like, I don't know if that's by design. Everyone's pinching in or what, but what's the plan? I mean, does this quarterback, do you guys have any idea? Can he roll around at all?
Yeah, he's athletic.
box them in and drop them.
Yeah, we did not. We need to do a better job at setting the outside contain, which that we've been working on that at practice. So
Good. You
that
got to
was-
be tenacious, man. Your eyes on the prize. Use your hands.
Yeah, that was a big problem.
And
It was
attack,
like,
attack.
It was like third and maybe, I don't know, 3rd and 15, or it was almost 4th down. They had to pass the ball. They're probably like the 20-yard line, and the quarterback, we have pressure, but then one of our outsides, he just collapses, and he runs for like a 15, 20-yard gain.
Oh,
that really,
so frustrating.
yeah, that was, I don't know. We could definitely have outside contain way better.
Right.
Well, it'd be good to see the secondary get challenged this week. I know last week, I don't know why, they just kept going after number 4, that one
Bryce.
cornerback.
Yeah, Bryce.
What's his name?
Bryce Zakay.
Bryce what?
Zakay.
Okay, I didn't know how to pronounce his
Yeah.
last name. Bryce Zakay.
Yep.
They went after him,
Yeah.
you know.
He's
and
an
I think
athlete.
they found out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
I would imagine they'll, I've always looked at it when you're a lineman, but for defensive secondary, any ball that's in the air is a pass to you.
Yes.
Why does it have to be a pass to the receiver? Why is it not a pass to me? If they're
Right.
covering your guy, it's your ball, man. Go get
Right.
it.
Right.
I feel like Bryce understood that perfectly. Like
Yeah.
even when there was a ball through completely out of bounds, Bryce he
was
still
there.
he still rose up and caught it, which amazed me personally because I thought he was still in bounds, but he was out of bounds. But that was just an amazing play. But he was even starting last year, and he came in first game, biggest game, and
Biggest game of the
he
year.
did amazingly. I was proud.
And I think they wanted to target Bryce because they don't know Bryce. Because on the other side's Brendan. He's 6'7". He's tall. He's athletic. And they throw it down the field with Brendan. He's just gonna just reach up and grab it. So they're just gonna throw it to Bryce's side. And now they found out what Bryce can do.
Yeah, now I feel like our secondary really made a statement right there.
Yeah, our secondary did make a statement better than last year.
And when you got people that can cover on the back end, it allows up front for them to send more people.
Right.
Or if you can lock down their receivers and man on man, you can send some safeties and backers and get after them.
Yeah. So what was your guys' top highlights from Friday night's game? Mr. O, we'll start off with you. What was your top highlight? What was your favorite play?
I don't know that I had one in particular, but I guess two things would come to my mind. Defensively, that number 4, Zach, is that his name? Bryce. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bryce.
I don't know the young man. I'd never seen him before, and I saw them start picking on him, and I thought he did a great job. I thought he'd get better as the game went on. Secondly, a freshman quarterback running a triple option offense on a state champion, runner-up team, coming out there and appearing to keep his cool, and I thought running the show effectively. I was impressed by that.
Yeah. Malachi?
My top play was definitely it was probably halftime or after half. Like the defense personally, we knew that if we got one more stop, that it would be game over. I think at that point it was like 21 to whatever it was. I knew that if we got one stop, it would be game. And I was telling all the D-line that all we just need to do is do our job, go 4 and out, and give the offense back the ball because they'll end it. And as soon as I said that, St. Joe runs a pass play, and they throw it to Bryce Zakay. And then one play, Bryce Zakay catches it, and the offense just has momentum off that, and they score another touchdown.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got another good one though.
Oh, here we go. Let's hear it.
When I think it was Ward blitzing up the middle.
Oh, and hit that.
I think he hit one of their linemen, or he hit one of their people so hard he knocked him into the quarterback, knocked the quarterback over,
And the quarterback got hurt.
Quarterback's hurt.
Yeah, you saw that on
was
film.
vicious.
His leg was like, I don't even know. It was in a weird position, and I felt the pain on that.
I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but man, did I love to see those two inside between Ward and the other kid, the sophomore.
Bradley Wolverton.
I call him Wolfman. The
Wolfman?
Wolverton. The Wolfman. Those two, I want to see them do a little more damage.
More damage,
Because
yeah.
I know those guys can play, and they like to hit, man.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
So my top play is actually the Viking Huddle's Take It to the House play. So if you want to sponsor that, Realty Groups, you can hit us up. But the play in the game, which we are about to play, is a first play of the fourth quarter when freshman Will Turnbull found sophomore Vaughn Asmus. So shout out Vaughn and Will and Miss Asmus for your son for a touchdown on the throw. He was wide open. It was a low pass, but he still got it, broke the defenders, and get it and hit it with the play clip, Braden.
Back here, Niles football at the St. Joe 42-yard line. 3rd and 6 for the Vikings. Turnbull turning, looking, throwing. Has a man out in the pattern. It's Asmus. Complete to the 20, the 15, 10. 5, he's going to find the corner. Touchdown! Niles! Billy Turnbull with his first touchdown pass of his Niles career. And Vaughn Asmus with his first touchdown reception, as far as I know, of his Niles career. Put 6 on the board, and the fireworks fly at Viking Stadium.
Wow, what a play. Hats off to the offense.
So congratulations, Vaughn and Will. Will's first passing touchdown. That was his only touchdown in the game, right?
That was the only touchdown in the game.
And listen, when I saw him break through and get that speed, I was like, that's game.
There was also another amazing play by a kid who didn't really play that much last year, but Brandon Walsh running the ball up the middle.
And they couldn't stop him. They had 6 guys on him.
He somehow stayed up almost the entire St. Joe defense on him, and he pushed through very physically and scored a touchdown, which that was amazing. That was Paul did that last year, but just seeing him do that and he barely even played, it was just
you can find that video on Leader Pub on their Facebook. Shout out Maxwell Harden for being at our game and getting those clips. But anyway, this Friday, it's week 2. It's Lakeshore week, so it's a big rivalry week again for us. Malachi, what can we expect? What do we see on film? What kind of you already said they run a more passing heavy offense. What can we expect on Friday?
You'll expect most, if not all of it, to the air. But I feel like if the air doesn't work, they have a couple option plays that they'll run with the quarterback. He's athletic. He'll keep it if he needs to. Right. But like I said, we'll get after it. It's just on the rush. As long as our secondaries can hold up, which last game they did amazing. So I have all my trust in them. We'll do great. It'll be a nice little decent challenge in the pass game for us, which that's what we need. Moving up to D3, it'll be more passing teams than D4. So yeah, it'll be a good little test to see what we can do against the pass.
Defensively, what we can expect, they run a 4-front, mostly shades, but it's like the ends will be on the shade of me, and then they'll probably be on the guard. So, but I'm telling you, on film, they just stood straight up. They don't go slanting. They just stand straight up, and they barely move, and then they're getting their butts moved off that line in the scrimmage film against a team that runs our offense. We run it better than the team, but man, they were shoving it down their throats when we looked. They have 4 linebackers in the out, 3 and then 1 overhang. So like St. Joe kind of, and then they have their secondaries. So you'll expect a lot of inside running. I feel like inside running this week. I don't know though. That just depends. Mr. O, have you watched film yet on Lakeshore?
No.
Not yet?
No.
So it's your first time hearing what you're going to expect on Friday.
Yeah, football's football. I mean, you tell me anytime anyone's going to stand up out of their stance, it's over.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Right.
Football offensive line, find work, man. Pull around. If there's no one there, find someone to block. Find work.
Right.
Keep your knees bent. Keep your hands and feet active. Get to the ball. Whistle the whistle. That's it. Simple.
Also, I heard that they're relatively young this year. They
are pretty young this year.
at all.
Yeah, and wasn't last year the first year? I remember there was something going on. There was a big coach changeover.
I think so.
An early. This head coach is early in his career there, so they may be trying to figure things out.
Right.
But you're always better off when you go into a football game or anything, worried about yourself, not them. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about how they play. How are you going to play?
Right. That's one. Last year we beat them 44-0, 46-0, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna take it a little personal. We never been 2-0.
We've actually never won on their field.
We never won on Lakeshore's field in Niles history, or just in the rivalry history. It's always been winning here or I think we won like 5 games against them in like the whole like years we played them. So we're hoping to make more history and just win on that field, get a win. Mr. O, to finish this off, what message do you have? Well, it's both for both of you. What message do you guys have for the fans out there about Niles football who aren't attending? Like, how can you tell them to attend the games and see that we improved since 2008 and such?
Well, I mean, that's just very apparent. You know, you guys are on the scene now.
Yeah.
Heading down the Ford Field, that gets everyone's attention. You know, I mean, I live way west here. I'm over by Lake Michigan, and I get people talking about Niles football out there. As far as, and whoever got the fireworks going, kudos to you. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what I talk about on the radio at halftime, I get up and I go look out the back of the press box up there. I look out on your practice field. I stopped counting at 120. So there was well over 120 kids out there running around, playing catch, designing plays. You go here, you go there. And then there's a bunch of moms standing around watching. I mean, this is a family fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
You got fireworks. We're winning. The kids are having a ball. I don't know why you wouldn't come there on Friday
Corn's
night.
playing the music.
Corn's got it happening. I mean, yeah, it's the best place to be, man.
Yeah. And this is a great community.
Great community.
Kai, what do you got for the message?
I would just say don't listen to what other people have to say who don't come to the games either. Word of mouth is all right, but it's better to come and watch yourself than hear what other people have to say. That's all it is. Don't doubt us just because your close friend might not came and watch a game. And he say, just because we lost Paul and Sam, we're not going to be good.
Right.
Come and watch a game and see how we do without them.
Right. So that would wrap up today's podcast. So thank you guys for joining. It's 6 hour here at Niles High School. Thank you to our sponsors, Ibn Electric Company, Ted Schrader and Schrader Tree Farms, and David Shire and Peerless for your sponsorship. Again, if you want to sponsor, hit up the Viking Huddle or Mr. Cornelius at dustin.cornelius@nileschools.org. Please like and subscribe and share. This podcast is actually growing more than last year, so that's incredible to me. I went to like some restaurant. I think it was like over by Sturgis Coldwater area. He talking about, aren't you Trent Scott? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, you're on the Viking Huddle. I'm like, what's it doing all the way out here? So that was pretty cool. So if you go to the games, I looked back on the field or on the stands when we went practice on Monday on Labor Day. The trash, there was like no trash on our stands. I looked over at St. Joe's, just popcorn, bags and all that, bottles. So good job for picking up the trash. Make sure you do it again this Friday and so on. And as always, go Vikes.
Go Vikes.